Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. We got a really interesting one this time that I think a lot of you are going to find pretty fascinating. Um, so this one is all about, the idea of a solo online business, right?
Right?
Someone sent this in, and it's from this young entrepreneur. And this person is claiming they're making, get this, over $1.3 million a year,
Wow.
working just 4 hours a day.
Okay. That's a big claim. That's quite a claim.
Right. So, I mean, it definitely caught my eye. And what do you think about that?
It piqued my interest too. You see a lot of these things online,
Yeah.
people saying, "Oh yeah, I make this much money." But what I found interesting about this is it actually tried to lay out like the how. It wasn't just about the what, it actually tried to provide, some sort of blueprint
Yeah.
for how they actually do it, which is unusual.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we always got to approach these things with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Right,
Think,
totally, yeah.
$1 million on a 4-hour workday? I mean, that's some serious side hustle sorcery.
That's quite the magic trick.
Right. But, let's dig in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see what they're proposing, right?
Yeah.
So the first kind of big idea that they hit on is this idea of like pain-targeted niches, which honestly sounds a bit ominous, doesn't it?
It does. It does have a bit of a dramatic flair, I think.
Yeah.
But when you really boil it down, what they're talking about is a pretty basic economic principle, which is supply and demand.
Right.
Businesses thrive when they're offering solutions to problems, right?
Mm.
And the more widespread or intense the problem is, the bigger the potential market.
So it's like scratching an itch, but on a grand scale.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
they give a really good example, I thought, to illustrate this. They talk about origami, the art of paper folding. It's
Yeah.
artful. It's a skill. But it doesn't really solve like a burning problem for most people, does it? But then contrast that with, say, a fitness business.
Right.
Fitness taps into a whole constellation of pain points for people, from wanting to lose weight for a wedding to, managing chronic back pain. There's
well-
all sorts of different reasons people would get into fitness.
Right.
And that's where the real market demand is.
So it's not just about finding a popular area. It's about finding a problem within that area that people like desperately want to get rid of.
You got it, yeah. It's like focusing a magnifying glass.
Okay.
You're concentrating your efforts on that specific point to generate more heat,
I like that.
And to choose the right magnifying glass, so to speak, they suggest using Google Trends
Yeah, okay.
to actually size up the interest in different niches.
Got it.
They give the example of, comparing searches for guitar versus gym versus gardening,
Okay.
just to sort of see what the relative interest levels are.
So data-driven daydreams.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you've nailed down this niche, right? And you're offering a solution to this problem that people like really want to get rid of. But how do you actually get the word out? And this is where content creation comes in, and our young entrepreneur seems particularly like jazzed about this part.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're very excited about it. And, they talk a lot about how the current economic landscape has really made it easier than ever to start a business.
Okay.
Right. Like, you don't need a ton of money.
Okay.
You don't need a fancy office. All you need is, your phone and an internet connection, and you're good to go.
Right. It's like the digital equivalent of setting up shop on like a busy street corner. Right.
Exactly, yeah.
Except your corner is like a social media platform.
That's a great way to put it.
And they even mentioned this guy, Dan Coe, who is supposedly pulling in like $400,000 a month, all from like online content. I mean, if that's not like inspiring, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's definitely a compelling story. But, it's important to remember that while stories like that exist, they're not necessarily the norm.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype. But, effort, strategy, a good dose of resilience,
Yeah.
those are still essential ingredients.
Right. So no overnight empires built on likes along.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you go from aspiring entrepreneur, to content king or queen? What's their secret sauce for creating this like viral content that they keep, raving about?
So they lay out a 5-step process,
Okay.
which is actually pretty practical. Step 1 is choosing a platform for short-form content.
Okay, so like TikTok or
Yeah, TikTok, YouTube Shorts,
Yeah.
Instagram Reels, that sort of thing.
yeah, because let's be honest, like whipping up a 30-second video is a lot less daunting than like, feature-length YouTube epic, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like bite-sized content for like bite-sized attention spans.
Yeah. Yeah. And shorter content tends to have a wider reach as well, which
Yeah.
it increases your chances of going viral.
Yeah. Okay. Platform chosen. What's next?
So they say to study the top creators in your niche, see what's working for them.
Okay. So basically become a like content copycat.
Well, not quite. While it's wise to learn from what's already working, simply mimicking others won't cut it.
Okay.
The key is to understand the underlying principles behind their success.
Right.
The formats, the storytelling techniques, the ways they engage their audience, and then you apply those principles to your own unique content.
Okay.
So think of it more as inspiration rather than straight up imitation.
Okay. So find your voice, but don't be afraid to like, steal a few good dance moves from the pros.
Exactly. Yeah.
I dig it. Okay, so even with like the best content in the world, how do you actually tune those views into dollars?
Right.
And that's where they introduce this idea of faceless affiliate marketing.
Yes.
Which honestly sounds a little like shady, right?
It does. It does. It sounds like some kind of like internet black market deal.
Right.
It's not quite as clandestine as it sounds.
Okay.
Affiliate marketing is essentially promoting other people's products or services, and then you earn a commission on any sales that you generate.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you're acting as a middleman, connecting your audience with products that align with their interests.
Okay. So less black market and more like matchmaker.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. And the faceless aspect simply means you don't have to be the face of the brand.
Oh, yeah.
You can operate behind the scenes, driving traffic to affiliate products without necessarily putting yourself, in the spotlight.
Gotcha. So you're not pitching products from like your living room,
Right, yeah.
but you're still like making those connections and reaping the rewards.
Exactly, exactly. And the source specifically highlights a method that revolves around Pinterest, posting like eye-catching visuals related to your niche and then linking those visuals to affiliate products that are hosted on a simple Shopify website.
And they even suggest using one of those like fancy AI website builders, right?
They do, yeah.
To make the whole process like super streamlined.
They really emphasize, making it easy and accessible.
Right.
And they also talk about building an email list
Oh.
and exploring Pinterest ads to expand your reach. So it's all about casting a wide net, so to speak.
Okay. So find those like high-paying affiliate links. They suggest aiming for like $50 to $100 per sale.
Mm-hmm.
Build a Pinterest presence, sprinkle in some ads, and watch the money roll in.
Yeah, that's kind of the pitch.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
It does, doesn't it? While the potential is certainly there, it's worth noting that finding those high-paying affiliate programs might take some serious, digging relationship building.
Okay. So there's a little more legwork involved than the source might let on.
There might be, yeah.
I guess those overnight riches might take a little longer to materialize.
Yeah, that's often the case, unfortunately. The allure of instant success is powerful,
Right.
but the reality is usually a bit more nuanced.
Right. No magic wands here.
No, not really.
Just good old-fashioned effort and strategy.
Exactly, yeah. It's all about building, a sustainable business.
Right.
And that takes time and effort and a willingness to learn and adapt. There's no, get-rich-quick scheme here.
Right.
Just a framework for creating something valuable
Yeah.
that also happens to be profitable.
And it's interesting because this source is like really tapping into that like entrepreneurial spirit, right?
Yeah.
That's so prevalent these days. It's all about like empowering individuals to, kind of take control of their own destinies, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It reflects a real shift, I think, in how people are viewing work and success.
Mm-hmm.
More and more people are seeking that autonomy, that flexibility.
Yeah.
They want to be their own bosses, set their own hours, pursue their passions.
Yeah.
And the internet has really provided the tools to make that a reality.
Right. It's like the Wild West of opportunity out there.
Right. It really is, yeah.
But even with all the like tools and platforms available, the source really emphasizes the importance of like really understanding your target audience, right?
Yes.
And creating content that like genuinely resonates with them. It's not just about like shouting into the void and hoping someone hears you.
Right.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where that concept of pain points that we were talking about comes back into play.
right.
By Identifying and addressing those pain points. You're not just creating content, you're providing value, building trust,
Right.
establishing yourself as a go-to resource for your audience.
So it's like being a problem solver, but with like a creative twist.
Exactly, yeah. And once you've cultivated that loyal audience,
Mm-hmm.
the possibilities for monetization open up.
Right.
Affiliate marketing is just one avenue, and as we've discussed, it can be, you know, quite lucrative if done right.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of affiliate marketing, I'm curious about this focus on high-paying affiliate links,
Okay.
aiming for like $50 to $100 per purchase.
Right.
Is that like a realistic goal for someone just starting out?
It's a goal worth striving for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not always easy to achieve, especially when you're new to the game.
Right.
Finding those high-paying programs often requires, extensive research,
Okay.
building relationships with companies,
Yeah.
demonstrating your ability to actually drive sales.
Okay. So it's not just about like slapping any affiliate link on your content and hoping for the best.
No, not at all. You need to be strategic about the products that you choose,
Right.
ensuring they align with your niche, resonate with your audience, offer genuine value.
Right.
And just as important is being transparent with your audience about your affiliate relationships.
Okay.
Trust is paramount in any business, but especially online.
Transparency is key, for sure. Now, let's kind of shift gears a bit and delve deeper into this like faceless approach to affiliate marketing on Pinterest.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on using Pinterest as like a primary platform? It seemed like a bit of an unconventional choice, wouldn't you say?
It is, yeah. Pinterest is often overlooked as a marketing platform,
Right.
which can actually be an advantage.
Okay.
It's less saturated than some of the bigger players like Instagram or TikTok.
Right.
And because it's highly visual,
Yeah.
it's perfect for showcasing products in an appealing way.
So you're tapping into like a less crowded market,
Mm.
and you don't even have to show your face.
Right. It sounds almost too good to be true, right?
It does. What's the catch?
Well, like any platform, Pinterest has its nuances. It's not just about creating pretty pictures and waiting for the money to roll in.
Yeah.
You need to understand how the platform works,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
people use it, what kind of content performs well.
So it's not just about aesthetics. There's strategy involved too.
Absolutely, yeah. And the source highlights some key strategies for success on Pinterest,
Okay.
including creating, high-quality visuals, optimizing your pins for search, building an engaged following.
Mhm.
And remember, it's not a standalone platform.
Right.
The source also emphasizes the importance of driving traffic from Pinterest to your website,
Yeah.
where you can capture email addresses.
Wait, email marketing?
Yeah.
I thought that was like so last decade.
Email marketing might seem a bit old school, but it's still one of the most effective ways to build direct relationships with your audience
Okay.
and promote products.
Okay.
And when you combine that with a visual platform like Pinterest,
Yeah.
it can be a really powerful combination.
Interesting. So you're using Pinterest to like capture attention and
Correct.
drive traffic, then email marketing
Yeah.
to kind of like build those relationships and make the sale. It's a multi-pronged approach, like a digital 1-2 punch.
That's a great way to put it, yeah. And the source even suggests exploring Pinterest ads to
Dang.
amplify your reach and target a wider audience.
So paid advertising enters the ring, but wouldn't that like eat into your profits?
It can, yeah. Paid advertising can be an effective way to, boost your visibility, reach a larger audience, but,
Mhm.
it's important to approach it strategically.
Okay.
The source suggests starting small, testing different ad formats, and targeting options,
Mm-hmm.
tracking your results carefully.
So don't just throw money at the problem. Be smart about it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And always remember, whether you're using organic strategies or paid advertising, the key to success on Pinterest, or any platform for that matter,
Yeah.
is providing value to your audience.
Okay.
If you're not offering something they genuinely want or need,
Right.
no amount of marketing wizardry is going to make up for it.
Content is king, but value is queen.
You could say that, yeah. And this faceless approach to affiliate marketing on Pinterest offers a really unique opportunity, I think, to combine that visual appeal, valuable content, strategic marketing
Yeah.
to create a sustainable and profitable online business.
It's like being like the puppet master of your own digital empire.
Mm-hmm.
No need to be in the spotlight.
Right.
Just pulling the strings and watching the magic happen.
That's a great analogy. But remember, even puppet masters need to hone their skills and practice their craft.
Right.
Success in any online venture requires effort, consistency, a willingness to adapt and learn.
Okay. So no shortcuts.
Not really, no.
Just good old-fashioned hard work and a dash of like digital savvy.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Now we've talked a lot about, the strategies outlined in this source, but let's step back for a moment and consider the source itself.
Okay.
It's coming from this young entrepreneur who, by their own account,
Mhm.
has achieved like phenomenal success.
They have, yeah. And that's inspiring.
Yeah.
But as we always emphasize, it's crucial to approach these kinds of claims with a healthy dose of skepticism.
Mm-hmm.
Individual results can vary widely,
Right.
and what works for one person may not work for another.
Right. There's no like one-size-fits-all formula for success.
Exactly.
So while this source provides valuable insights, strategies,
Hmm.
it's not like a guarantee of overnight riches.
Right, right. It's important to do your own research, experiment, find what works best for you.
Yeah.
And remember that building a successful business takes time, effort, and a good dose of resilience.
All right. So no magic beans,
No magic beans.
just a solid plan, a willingness to hustle, and a pinch of that entrepreneurial spirit.
That's it.
Right. So no magic beans, just a solid plan, a willingness to hustle, and a pinch of that entrepreneurial spirit.
Hmm.
I like it. So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive into this, into this source, what are some of the key takeaways, for our listener? What should they be walking away with?
Well, I think the most important takeaway is that power of niche targeting. Whether you're creating content, selling products, diving into the world of affiliate marketing, understanding your audience, their pain points, that's paramount.
Okay.
It's not just about, finding a popular market. It's about finding that specific itch within that market that you can uniquely scratch.
So it's about being a like specialist, not a generalist.
Yeah.
Finding that sweet spot where your skills and your passions like intersect with a real need in the world.
Exactly. Yeah. Another key takeaway, I think, is the importance of content creation in today's, digital landscape. Building an audience through valuable content, that can open up a world of possibilities, whether it's monetizing through advertising, selling your own products or services, or partnering with others as an affiliate.
Right. Content is king, but only if it's like serving its subjects well, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be engaging, informative, and most importantly, like relevant, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And finally, I think it's crucial to remember that success in any online venture requires effort, persistence, a willingness to adapt and learn. There will be bumps in the road, there will be challenges to overcome, but the key is to keep moving forward, keep experimenting, and never stop learning.
So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is, yeah.
And the real reward is not just like the financial success, but the journey itself.
Yeah.
The knowledge gained, the skills developed along the way.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, yeah. Building an online business, it's about more than just making money. It's about creating something meaningful, something that brings value to the world, something that allows you to express your creativity and share your passions with others.
Beautifully said. Man, this deep dive has been a whirlwind of like information and inspiration. I feel like I've gained a whole new perspective on, the world of online business and the potential that exists for anyone willing to put in the work.
It's been a pleasure exploring these concepts with you, and I hope our listener is walking away with, a renewed sense of possibility and a toolbox full of strategies to explore.
Yeah. And before we sign off, I want to leave our listener with a thought-provoking question. If you were to build a one-person online business, what pain point would you focus on solving? What unique value could you bring to the world?
It's a question worth pondering for sure. After all, the most successful businesses are often born from a desire to solve a problem, to make a difference, to leave the world a little better than we found it.
Fantastic note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time for another, insightful exploration. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep creating.